new file is started for the recording, and nobody is waiting here. Chat window, we are just starting. Okay, so we have completed our 4 pictures for today, and the last one was policy for office apps is created. We created a policy for office apps. And now we go to the next topic. Next topic is interesting topic. This is OneDrive admin settings. Audit log search, audit log actually. So what is the audit log? That was actually the topic included in the previous OneDrive admin center, and now this is included in at another place. We can click on this. This is not, this is the copy, this is the picture, but on the web we can go there and reach over there also. But if we know that this is now included in the Microsoft compliance, so we can click on compliance and also reach over there. And let me just go there first, and then we will continue. This is endpoint management. Maybe I can close this one, and these are access control. This one I can also close, and this one also, and OneDrive also. So I have the starting point here. We can click on the and go to admin, reach to Microsoft 365 admin center. Then we click on our SharePoint admin center, and we reach to the SharePoint admin center. But right now we want to reach to compliance. So let's see if we can go from here. All, yeah, the compliance is here. We click on it, and I'm just moving this tab at the end. So we have here the compliance. This is the home, some dashboard. We can see some information, introduction, next steps, give feedback, and these are some other points also that are shared on the main page. But right now there are a couple of the things. Some we have studied, some we will study, and right now we want to see the functionality for the audit. This is interesting functionality, and we will first of all try searching just the record, and we will see audit includes lot of things. So if we are in our organization and we need to control our data, then we can control it, and also we see that what was happening. We see all the list of the things that changed or whatever we want to see that is recorded in the audit. We can see that. So to search the audit log, we can give information into this query, and this record will be fetched for us. For example, here we can give the starting point. For example, let's search for February. So February 1 to February 28. What happened? Here we can choose the things that we want to see. For example, we want to see only the deletion of the file, that which files were deleted during this time. If any file was deleted, we see. Here is a long list of the items that we can select. See deleted file, so we can click here. Discarded file, checkout, copied file. So there are many. You can see accessed files, so many information is here included that if we click all of those, we are not able to get really the information in a summary style. There will be so many lines that will be hard to make sense. Okay, so we just click on the deleted files. And let me just show you one example. Okay, I click on accessed files and deleted files and see, because accessed files lot more and deleted files, and we see what happens. And on the top of that, we can click users also. We can define folders or sites also, whatever we want to give, but all the sites, all the users, we see how many records were recorded. Sorry. Wow, so 150 items. Okay, so these are too many. Let's go back again and give once again, starting from February 1 to February, no, this is March, February 28. And this time we choose only deleted. Those are also many, but not so many. Deleted files. Okay, and now we search once again. These are 14 items. These files were deleted in February, actually just on 15th of February. Some files were deleted. We can see here the name of the files also. See, from this folder, we can change the, but we can click on the item also to see its details. See, this is the detail that on this date and this time, deleted file, and see all the information is here. So this was the user who had deleted this file, and just in the SharePoint, type is file. Okay, this was the website, app catalog. This was in the app catalog, and all the information is here. So we can click on each line also and see which item and who has deleted. Of course, it's here also, the right of it, we can see. But here, if we cannot see the name of the file, we can click and see the name of the file and folder of the file also. So this is the audit log, and that we can see that it is including all the information. Okay, for example, if we let's see if this one we want to copy this picture as into our assignment, and some information also I have copied, some left for the students that they can see on the internet. We can go from here, that Microsoft 365 Compliance Center, and then we can click on audit, and then we can give the query, starting date, ending date, even starting time, ending time, and the items that we want to see, deleted files or accessed files or whatever information. We can specify the files or folders, or we can specify the users also. Here we can learn more about the audit log, searching the audit log, and some of the pages I have copied here. Some rules and regulations will be here. Why the unified log? Because all the information will be at one place, so we can then query it and see all these things are included in the unified audit log. Here is only 4 items, but on the web we can see this is a long list. I show you right now. If we go to this page and we click on, we copy this link, copy link, and I go back to our browser and I copy this link over there and see here, I.357, see this list, long list. All these things are included in the audit log. See, the following table lists the Microsoft 365 services and features that are supported by the unified audit log. So these things, whatever changes we create, we make, these are copied into the audit log that later we can search through it and see what was happening to our resources. Of course, it's turned on by default on Microsoft 365 and Office 365 Enterprise organization. But to verify that audit log search is turned on, you can run the following command in Exchange Online PowerShell. So Exchange Online PowerShell, this command will work. We can test it into the Windows PowerShell if it will work or not, but I think so it will not work in the Windows PowerShell. But some commands work directly in the Windows PowerShell also. And the Windows PowerShell, we have many different programs. Like I have Windows PowerShell ISE, I have new one PowerShell 7, and I have developer PowerShell for Visual Studio Code. And there is another version also that is PowerShell for managing the online resources in our SharePoint Online. So let's just try on this one if it works. But, oh, sorry, we need to connect first. That will take time. So I just leave this one. Because, of course, if we give it right away, it doesn't know that which site, which tenant we are talking about. So it will just say the term. And the term is actually not recognized in this one. Okay, so this information is a helpful one, but it's so long list that I was not able to copy into the PowerPoint. But just to show you the list that which items are included in the audit log is this list. Okay, so we will make a copy of this picture also where we are showing that we are able to see the audit log. This was more little bit detailed query that I have selected, and then I got these list of the files. Audit search results, we just want to show that we are able to see audit search results. Here will be your name and here will be the list of the items, and we will just need another picture from you. I will give you another example also. Here, I just close this one, and this is our, this is like a small query, thus only starting time, ending time, and deleted files. Simple query, but whichever query is fine. Just we are showing that we are able to search the audit record. We just take a picture and save it into our assignment file, or I will save it on our PowerPoint slides file. Control C, and in the PowerPoint, Control V. Audit search results. Picture number 5. Audit search results, and here will be your name, showing that this is your work. Okay, so this was our picture number 5, and with the audit record, we were able to search the audit log file that has lot of information that what was happening into our tenant, which files created, accessed, shared, deleted, moved, or many other things also. Not only the file movement, but the many other items also are included. Very helpful information, all saved into the audit log. Of course, it will be a long file, and there is a setting also that I believe we have visited before, but just to show you in case if you want to set it, if we go to audit, there is audit retention policies. Audit retention policy 1 is created already, so we have visited it already. But what it says that how long we want to keep the audit record. I have not gone through this topic in today's lecture, so I'm just showing you in case a little hint that we can save our space also if our audit log is getting too big. So this is the search for audit record, and this is the audit retention policies. Okay, so this was our topic number 5. So now we go to the next topic. Yes, the recording is in progress. Mic is working. Participants, nobody is waiting. And in the chat window, let me just see once again. No questions. Everything looks fine. So I'm just going to the next topic. If you have any questions, you can write in the chat window or just speak up in the mic. So the next one is also, sorry, this was the detail of the file that we can check in the audit log. So next in the compliance center, we are going to the compliance center. We are already there in the compliance center. We checked with the audit log, and now in compliance center, we can experience some other information. So compliance retention policies. Last class, we have also gone through similar things, very similar things, but different purpose and different use. We created the labels, we created the label policies, we created adaptive scopes also, and we created adaptive label policies also. Label policies relate with the labels, and we can put that labels to the files or our resources. And retention policies don't use the label, just use the places, the containers, that which container we want to keep everything in that container for how long. And when we want to delete it or what we want to do about it, that we can define into the retention policies. These are a little bit different, retention policy and label policy. I'll show you both. That one we have already, some of those we have already covered before, and retention policies and some related topics we will cover today. We are still here in our Office 365 compliance. If any student joined right now, I can show you how we can go to the Microsoft 365 compliance just from our main page, the starting page. Here we see compliance somewhere. See, here is compliance. We click on it and then we reach here. If I have already other one, then I will just close that one. Admin Center, compliance. I close this one because I have this one now. Microsoft has now interesting gadgets. See, the compliance manager, they are pointing out that they have information about this. Improve your compliance posture. Compliance manager measures your opportunity to protect data and comply with standards and blah blah blah. This. So if you want to get more information, you can read this. 1 of 3, then 2 of 3 is check charge of your data, and then next is discover the solutions that matter most to you. You guys can read it in your time. Okay, so information governance, we click on this one. Before we clicked on audit. We also tried information governance last time. We experienced more items in this one. See, this is the overview. Whatever we have already defined, they will come here. Retention label 10 years is used in 2 files. See, retention policies. We don't have anything yet here. Sorry, we have that I have just created for the test purposes. And then labels we have created last time. And label policies we also created last time. Adaptive scopes we also created last time, and one I created before. I will create one today also. And then we can click on policy lookup to find if we have lot of policies. Then we can import, we can archive also. But first of all, we are going to retention policies. So retention policies, as I have described before, that not depend upon the labels, but depends upon they are directly related with the containers, like this folder or this site or whichever we want to mention. And also the scope is broader. We will see right now when we create a retention policy, we will see some steps are the similar, but there are a lot more places where we can use them. Label policies are a little bit used on lesser objects, lesser containers, but retention policies can be used on more places. So when we want to create a new retention policy, there are 2 types of policies. One is a bit simple and one is a little more informative, and we call it adaptive. So we will see to create both of them. First of all, we create a simple one. So we click on new retention policy. So when we click it, of course, the first thing is the name. So retention policy, let's say 3, or we can say week 12. Some more informative that we want to create these, we want to keep these things, for example, for 7 years, because we know 7 years is a requirement for many legal things to keep the records for at least 7 years. So we can test for this 7 years. I can write here 7 years retention policy week 12. Let's see if it is accepted. The name starting with the number. Sorry, the space should not be at the end or the start, otherwise it will not be accepted. I just got the error message once, so I remember. Okay, so we click next. So adaptive or static? Static is just fixed. It's not changing itself, or it's not like a scope. It's just all you choose location containing the content you want to retain. So we will give the locations where we want to apply this policy. We will see also adaptive next soon. So we click on static and then we go to next. And here, see, this list is longer than the previous one that was available for label policies. Okay, so we can apply it to all these things. This is already selected: Exchange email, SharePoint sites, OneDrive accounts, Microsoft 365 groups, and Skype for Business, Exchange public folders, and team channel messages, team chats, Teams private channel messages, Yammer if we are using messages, and user messages. Okay, this time let's see, just we click on the team chats. We want to keep team chats, let's say, for 7 years. Then after that, we want to delete those. And also, for example, we want to keep things not more than 7 years old to our SharePoint sites, and then we will discard them. Just give me a minute, students. Bear with me. Give me a minute, please. Okay, so we continue. So I'm just clicking for the test for this exercise that anyone we can select wherever we want to apply this. And of course, we know that we don't have this paid subscription. So after like there is a process that when this will be expired, that after 3 months, everything will be deleted. So that's already is going to be deleted. So we are just creating this for a test purpose for looking at that how this works. That we click on SharePoint sites and we on OneDrive accounts, and our the other thing was here team chats. Just click it once again. Oh, sorry, there's who cannot keep together. They cannot go together. Okay, so we can just click on SharePoint sites. These four things can go together. These are already selected, and some can go together, some cannot. So whichever we can put into one policy, we can put them into one policy, and if the other things we cannot, we will just put into other policies. So let's say these 5 things on one policy. We click on next. You must either choose at least one user for Skype for business or turn that location off. Okay, okay. Yeah, we have to give that user also for the user list. This one we don't have. Okay, so we just turn it off. Also, 365 groups. I believe these things we are already using, so this will be. But other things also. Let's see. Click next and see what happens. Yeah, these 4 things are we are already using. So the same user, that the admin user. Okay, so policies to retain. That's 7 years. Retain items for a specific period. Retain for 7 years. Here we can select 5, 7, 10, or custom any number as like before. Policies for labels. We can click here also custom, and then we can click whatever we want to give, we can give here. Easy, I just click on 7 years. And start the retention period based on when the items were created or from items were last modified. Let's this time give last modified. Like for example, if a file is already there and 7 years nobody has touched it, nobody has modified it, of course, it's not a definite aspect that it should be deleted. It can be a legal document that should not be changed. Of course, that we have to see that whatever this policy just for test purposes, I'm saying that we delete everything after 7 years if it is not modified. Of course, we cannot set the real life policies like this. We have to carefully set these policies that what we want to keep and what we want to delete. And of course, There is a big difference also that with labels, we have a review policy. At the end of the time, we can review it. The item first will go to review, and then we can review it, we can keep it, or we can delete it. But with that policies that we are discussing now, the simple retention policies based on the containers does not have the review policies. They just delete automatically or just retain items forever. So whatever we want to, if we see this feasible, we can create this policy. Otherwise, we can just use the label policies, or we can use this wherever is feasible for us. Or we can click on retain items forever if we want to keep them forever. If those are like legal documents or the documents that of course the company has to keep forever, then we can click them, give the policy to retain items forever. Items will be retained forever even if users delete them. I mean, the copy will be kept for their for the legal purposes. Or sometimes it's previously we have seen that we will not be able to delete the item altogether if we set a label there not to delete that item for 7 years or how many years. Okay, so this one we can click next and see what is the next page. Now all the pages are complete and just the review and finish. And system is showing the message that items that are currently older than 7 years will be deleted. Of course, we don't have any items older than 7 years yet. Okay, so we submit and see. Sometimes it's created quickly, sometimes it takes time. And if the policy is created, then we will take a picture and keep it for our assignment that we have created. Yeah, you successfully created a retention policy. This is our static retention policy. So I just take a picture of this one. First of all, let me just cover these slides. And I have given just a little bit information. More I have left for the students that can go, they can go on the web and read it. And I will see if I will be able to include any later in the file and then post it once again. But means just once I will post it after the class. So we create the policy like this. This is our static policy, and any items we can include, those are accepted in one group. Here we mention the time period when what we want to do, delete or keep, and then we submit, and then we keep a picture. This will be our picture number 6. So here I'll create a picture as another sample picture for our class. So here will be the username to show that this is our work, and this is picture number 6. Static retention policy is created. Of course, here we cannot see it's a static policy, but we know that we have created during the process. This was a static policy, and then we will keep it as our picture number 6. And the related topics will come yet more, but this specific topic is completed. So if any questions, you can ask there. And recording is going on. Participants, nobody is waiting. And my mic is working. Okay, so as we have completed this topic, and the time is now 7:49. So let's take a break from 7:50 to 8 o'clock. So another 10 minutes break. So meanwhile, students can take a cup of tea or whatever they like to do in their break. And I'll just complete my prayer and come back. Please forgive me if it takes a little bit more time, but I will try to complete as quickly as possible and come back at 8 o'clock. And I just right there a break and stop the recording and mute the mic.